What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Scene, the show where we recreate popular camera tricks, lighting styles, and editing techniques you'll see everywhere. I'm one of your hosts, Chent.
I'm Kate.
I'm Sam.
And I guess to start off with some good news, we just got renewed for 5 whole episodes this season.
Thank you for the support, guys.
So apparently our Film Noir episode was a hit.
I guess so.
We just got an email from the Emmy Commission.
They're looking at it.
They didn't like it at all. They said it wasn't anything they were looking for, but
hopeful.
Thanks for noticing, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for noticing. So this week, I guess we'd follow it up with doing a hyperlapse.
Like, what are we doing?
Shooting a hyperlapse.
Shooting a hyperlapse. You already know that.
Oh yeah, silly mean.
What? A hyper?
So
hyper
what? Hyperlapse. Do you know it? I don't even know what hyperlapse is.
Yeah, we did a bunch of them. Remember?
Right,
we did a couple.
So it's kind of like a time lapse, right?
Hyperlapse it's sort of like a time lapse, which is it's a moving time lapse. So instead of just having a camera set still, taking pictures every, I don't know, few seconds, you would set it up on a monopod, maybe even a tripod, take a picture, and actually move the entire rig.
And as soon as you're moving, you're also moving your object in front of you so that the depth stays about the same. So it has this very eerie, I would say, almost like cartoony effect, kind of like stop motion.
Yeah, it's very stop motion-esque. It kind of like, you see it like moving, and then you see like other people and like objects moving around it. It just kind of takes it out of like this world, like what you can actually see with your own eye.
Why would we even want to use a hyperlapse?
Well, a recent graduate from CMU used a hyperlapse for his Plan B project, didn't he?
Using all hyperlapses and time lapses. Also, I think it's great for like transitions or setting up like establishing shots.
I agree.
It's a little more creative than just setting up a tripod, showing a shot of just a scene or a landscape. It's good to have this hyperlapse so you can, I don't know, add a little more flair and pizzazz.
So those are some actual examples of hyperlapses, but now let's take an inside look on how we try to achieve hyperlapses.
So here, main thing that you want to do for a hyperlapse is you want to keep the exposure the same throughout the entire sequence. So problems that we're having is the sun and the clouds changing throughout the entire time we've done this hyperlapse from about ANSPA all the way to the UC. We've had to just adjust exposure throughout, look out for the sun. They're both taking steps at the same time. The reason for that is because once we get this in post and they look at it, it's going to be looking like Sam is walking throughout the entire campus. To reiterate on what we just did, you really want to watch the exposure. I guess you can't stress that enough. Or the only time you're gonna run into those problems if you're outside.
Yeah, because the clouds are always going to go over the sun and you never know when it's gonna happen, so you always have to be conscious. Keep your focus point the same in every single frame. You can utilize the grid lines that you have in your camera if you have those. Just find a little point and then just put it right on that focus point and stay in that focus point.
What we used I think actually just Sam's head.
Yeah.
We put the top
You can just use someone's head, you can use the
head.
corner of a building. As long as you can see it from the beginning of your time lapse or hyperlapse to the end of your hyperlapse, then you're good.
So after your hyperlapse, we I think moved it to the UC and we did one on Kate.
It's gonna be 5 seconds roughly. When we do our calculations to figure out how long our shots are gonna be, you take the amount of shots divided by the frames per second, so we're gonna do 24, so we round up to 25. So we got 200 on the shot to the UC, so that means it's gonna be about 4 seconds, so it's a lot of work for a little reward, but it looks cool.
Yeah, and when you're making them, you're dealing with hundreds and hundreds of frames, and having to go back in post and individually edit a frame is a real pain.
Very tedious. It's already
extremely
tedious.
Yeah. It just adds even more to it.
Well, that was our hyperlapse episode. Thank you for watching. We had a lot of fun making this one, and we have some awesome stuff coming up next week. We are playing Settlers of Catan.
We'll be busting out the big guns next week, so tune in.
Tune in. MHTV.
Channel 189, 34 if you're on campus.
Yeah.
Give us a watch. We're on the internet too, I think.
Yeah, like us on Facebook.
Yeah. Facebook.